In this video we're going to take a look at how to play the Dire Straits song Romeo and Juliet, and it's one I've been wanting to learn for years. I was taking a good look at it yesterday, and it's always one that kind of perplexed how to do it, and there's so many different explanations again on how to do this one. The way that Mark Knopfler is actually doing it is he has an open G tuning with the capo on the 3rd fret. We could do a whole lesson on open G tuning. Essentially, tune down to D, tune the A string down to G, D, G, B, and tune your high E string down to D. You then put the capo on the 3rd fret. Personally, after you've done that, go through the tuner and just tweak things a little bit, because you might find that the strings not quite as if the open G tuner doesn't quite like the 3rd fret with the capo on it. So just watch out for that. You may have a guitar that it isn't a problem, but I kind of had to fine tune a little bit. Now that might seem like a big faff, and you may not going to be bothered with that. If you've got Floyd Rose trem and you're trying to play it on an electric guitar, that's going to be difficult, but always remember the purpose of open tunings is to make life easier. And this one, we're going to the most complicated chord is this, which is now an F. It's like a bar the 2nd, leave the bottom string open, and what is now the 3rd fret of the B and the 4th fret of the G, and a little finger on the highest string there on the 4th fret. That's F. The C chord is now simply just that. 5th string, bar everything else. A B flat is now 5th string as a root. So your in row chords are F, C, B flat, C 4 times. Now this is an interesting one because I've wrote the guitar tab out, as you can see on the screen, and I've done some in black and some in red. The reason for that is what the ear can hear clearly, and the other little bits that the ear almost subconsciously hears gets confusing. I don't think you can learn this one purely by watching somebody play it and having the guitar tab in front of you. I've seen a few explanations that played brilliantly, but I think that certain people are just going to draw a blank on this one. So what I'm doing is, my explanation would first be, if you're going to try to play this one along with the record to get the timing right, if we just look at what's in the black, so we're going to hold the F chord down and we're going to pick. So that's your beginning, which you can see on the guitar tab. Then if we skip over the red and just do the C chord and go to the B flat, and then right at the end at C we've got. So if you just play that, if you try along with the record, you'll see exactly what I mean. You've got and that fits perfectly. The trouble is, when you look at the guitar tab, the official guitar tab, you'll play that bit and then the little bits in between don't seem to fit. Some people get it, some people don't. I'm catering for people who struggle. So with the red bits in, we're going to go, then the black bits, red bits. So you have on the record it's played a lot quicker, but I don't see the purpose in playing it at the speed of light for the sake of the lesson. Now the second line is based on the same thing, like that. Then we're going to really just run through that F chord, then watch out for that. So that second line is third line is exactly the same as the first line. And then your last line is this. So I'll do that again. Which leads into the first verse. So that last line again. So 4-2-4 on the high string. And then run through that C chord again, F chord again. B flat. Do that F, which runs in, it's just the first chord of the first verse. What you'll find is we'll look at the verse and we'll look at the chorus, because it's just verse and chorus after this, and then the little guitar intro, or the guitar solo rather, is just the second and third line. So on the page which has interlude, it's just the second and third line of the intro each time, with the exception of ending on F for the beginning of the verse, if that makes sense. So all together, played through slowly, we should have second line, again, that's played through slowly, is quicker on the record. And like I say, I've only really been looking at this one yesterday, and I think I want to practice this one a lot more, because it's the one I've wanted to do for years. Now when it comes to the chords, it's really fairly simple. I've missed the fills out. I think if you learn the introduction and the chords, you can then go and look at the guitar tab, the official guitar tab, and make a lot more sense of it and perfect it. I'm kind of doing this in stages. So the chords that we need are this F, we have a D minor, which is like that, which is the 4th frets of what were the A, the D and the G. Sorry, like that. I kind of just do it with my finger and leave the top 2 strings open, but it depends on how bendy your fingers are. Then C, and we'll have a B flat in there. So they are the chords we need for the verse. So we're going to start off with the F. You can see the chords on the screen. If you just want to do it standard tune and copy them chords in, it will fit. But this is obviously the way Mark Knopfler's doing it. So we've got F. Love struck Romeo. D minor. Sing streets of serenade. C to F. So I'll do that again. Love struck Romeo. Sing streets of serenade. Laying everybody low. C to D minor. With a love song that he made. That's a B flat. Going back to C. Find a street light. B flat to C. Steps out of the shade. There's your F. And then he goes, say something like B flat. You and me, babe. C. How about it? F. Juliet says, hey Romeo. C to D minor. You nearly give me a heart attack. C to F. He's underneath the window. C to D minor. Singing hey. B flat. Boyfriend's back. To C. Shouldn't come around here. B flat to C. Singing up to people like F that. And then B flat. Anyway, what you gonna do to C about it? So that verse again, and each verse is the same chord progression. So you've got love struck Romeo, sing streets of serenade, laying everybody low, with a love song that he made, finds a street light, steps out of the shade, says something like, you and me babe, how about it? Juliet says, hey Romeo, you You nearly give me a heart attack. He's underneath the window, singing, hey, my boyfriend's back. Shouldn't come around here, singing to people like that. Anyway, what you gonna do about it? Then we have the chorus. The only tricky one in this is a G minor, which is that, which is the second fret of the highest string and the second fret of the D string. To watch out for that one. So we're going to go from the F. Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start. So we've got F, Juliet, C, D minor, C, B flat. We're going to do that again. And I bet, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget, C, I, B, D minor, forget the movie B flat song. This is your G minor coming up. When you gonna realise? Now we're doing F. I'm doing it like almost like a D suspended 2 for quickness to the B flat. It was just at the time was wrong. Like that. I've put the little chords on the screen because obviously it's kind of a different way of looking at it when you get your comfort zone is doing the chords in the way you've learnt them, and then suddenly you're doing an alter tuning and all the chord shapes change. So it might take a bit of getting used to it. If I'm going too fast, just rewind the video and check the links out in the description for the sheets to make this one easier to follow. So that chorus again. Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I bet, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just at the time was wrong. And that goes into the F. We have the interlude, which, like I said before, is the middle 2 lines of that page. But that's kind of played. And then so instead of going, you're going and into the next verse. The chords for the next verse are just the same as before. One thing to watch out for is when he does the come up on different streets. Instead of just doing D minor, he goes to C to D minor. But the streets were just the same. Both dirty, both mean. Yes, even dream was just the same. C, and I dream my dream for you. I dream my dream for you, and now your dreams are real. How can you look at me as just another on your deal? But you can fall for love, chains and silver. You can fall for chains of gold. You can fall for pretty strangers, and the promises they hold. You promised me everything. You promised me thick and thin, yeah. Now you say, oh yeah, Romeo, yeah. I used to have a thing with him. Then you're going into your chorus, which is the same as before. Juliet, when you made love, you used to cry. You said, love me like the stars above. Love you till I die. There's a place for us. You know the movie song. When you're gonna realize it was just at the time was wrong. Interlude again. You have verse 3. Same chord progression, chorus 3, same. Another interlude, verse 4, and then right at the end, it's really just going B to C. Sorry. There's like electric guitar playing like a riff over that. I've seen it written out as a C added 9, which would be that, but B flat to C works for me. So as always, thank you for watching. I hope that helps you be able to get on the path to being able to play Romeo and Juliet, which funny enough is my son's favourite song because it's used on the Goldbergs. I deliberately haven't played this one through amazing speed and exactly the same as the record because I think that kind of confuses people. I've deliberately played it through slowly to make it easy to follow. So as always, thank you for watching.